Legal challenges, speaking of backlashes, may finally be catching up with DEI in the workplace as discrimination lawsuits make their way through the courts. So will companies scale back their diversity programs, or will they simply try to skirt around them? Let's bring in Jonathan Turley, George Washington University law professor and a Fox News contributor. So, on the subject of legal challenges catching up with DEI initiatives, the Wall Street Journal editorial board highlighted one particular legal case. They had this headline in the editorial: "You can't fire only the white guys. Juries get called once corporate diversity turns to discrimination." They detailed the case of David Duval, not the golfer, who was fired for no reason, no apparent reason at least, from a multi-million-dollar medical group and was replaced by a minority woman. A jury found that he had been discriminated against and awarded him a whole lot of money, Professor.
Right, and that included punitive damages. The Fourth Circuit ended up blocking the punitive aspects, but upholding the award. And this is really something we're seeing across the country, that corporations, universities are all fighting to keep DEI initiatives. And when they get into court, they're very often declared what they are: racial discrimination. You can't have this sort of direct racial component that you want simply someone because of their race or gender, and you exclude others. That's what was involved in this case. But we're seeing this played out in court after court. What's interesting is how hardened this silo is in academia and in corporations. That is, they're still not giving up. They'd rather be pulled into court, which means that executives and professors have had to go through years of litigation. They win. But there is still this resistance, because a university official or a corporate official really loathes the idea of being the one to say, we're going to have to pull back on DEI. We're going to have to be more modest in how we approach these things to try to balance these equities. All of that can bring a cancel campaign against you. It has direct personal impact. So it's a failure of courage to some degree.
However, as you point out in your column on jonathanturley.org, sometimes they are forced to backtrack. University of Minnesota was a classic example. You write, Minnesota Law School drops exclusion of whites and males from diversity scholarship. They're opening up a diversity scholarship to white and male students after a complaint was filed against it. You write, quote, despite being created by a law firm, Jones Day, and administered by a law school, the fellowship violated federal law in excluding white and male applicants. So my first question is that the place you want to get your legal degree from? And secondly, how many other places may be forced to do that?
Well, Minnesota's a fine law school, and that makes this even more troubling, because you have one of the greatest law firms and one of the greatest law schools both saying we should discriminate on the basis of race. And you just had the Supreme Court amplify that discriminating on race is not allowed in admissions at universities. But this shows how hardened that silo truly is. The concern for many is that all they did in the settlement was remove that language, but they still have the scholarship, which is based on these diversity goals. So the assumption is they're just not going to say that part out loud, but in application, there's still going to be a discriminatory impact.
So I read a lengthy article in the Harvard Business Review suggesting how businesses can get around these challenges to DEI. Basically boils down to this: rather than giving preference to some groups, organizations can explore DEI actions that are identity neutral but remove bias from the workplace. These approaches do not lift certain groups above others, but rather level the playing field for everybody. So that's a suggestion, Professor, that DEI is not going to go away. It may just change the way it's applied.
Well, part of the issue here is if you go to universities, for example, these are really large offices that have been established. They've been expanded at universities. These are people that work all day long to try to create diversity, which is a noble goal. But it also means that you've got this bureaucracy that is sort of unrelenting in some areas that really raise constitutional concerns. And there is a crisis of courage here. It's very hard to get a university official to walk that cat backwards, to say we want to pursue diversity goals, but we need to stay clear of racial discrimination. It's just a lot easier to achieve those goals by just saying we won't consider males, we won't consider whites. Done. Well, it's not that easy, and that's what the Supreme Court has repeatedly said.
All right, and many other courts as well. Professor, great to catch up with you. Thank you so much for your learned legal opinion.
Thanks, John.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.